You may think your head is spinning because of the news cycle, but really it's our country being flushed down the toilet. I hope you aren't waiting for the people we voted for to do something because they aren't going to save us, regardless of which side is your favorite or even if you're apolitical. For those of you outside the US who think this isn't your problem too, that Americans got what they voted for, I want you to remember what Zelensky said to Vance in the Oval Office. During the war, everybody has problems, even you. But you have a nice ocean and don't feel it now, but you will feel it in the future. If you think this can't happen where you are, think again. The people who should be pushing back on this regime, they're not, domestic and international. Apart from a few who stand out, it's been made clear that we're on our own. During a time of immense and ever-growing wealth inequality, the Democrats are leaning into centrist policies. They're trying to attract people like Trump did. Let's be clear that he used progressive policies to attract the everyman, policies that make life easier. He did that along with culture politics. He made the small man feel strong. He didn't ignore them. He just happened to not ignore the billionaires either. He told his followers that he drained the swamp while turning on the fire hose that was right behind them. The Dems went begging to the billionaire backers, the very ones that they should be railing against. They don't want your small dollar donations either. They don't want the people to muddy their corporate agenda. Instead of fighting to ensure that there's another chance to vote, they've come up with a plan to make sure that we don't vote for them in the future. Instead of making sure our tax dollars aren't funneled to billionaires, they're colluding with them. I propose that instead of convincing them to protect America and forget their corporate donors, we do it ourselves. If you're hiding from the news, you need to know this. Social Security is being gutted right now. The goal is to make enough cuts so that it implodes. Then corporations are going to swoop in and sell it to you privately, moving it from not-for-profit to profit-driven. The very donors to our government representatives are working to collapse our Social Security. They want you to buy it from them. They want to use the money that you've already paid to help fund their tax cuts. That's because too much money is never quite enough. Just like your healthcare, you'll pay into a system that doesn't provide the services you've paid for. I need you to understand when the rich get richer, they want to get even more rich. You compete with them for resources. They can afford to buy up all the homes in your area in cash. They raise the cost of home ownership this way. Then they rent that house that you can't afford to you. Because they're insatiable when it comes to money, they then raise the cost to rent, and then it becomes even more impossible to buy that house. The donors to the government are impacting all areas of your life this way. They're buying up all of the resources, the ones that everybody uses. You don't have enough money to compete with them. But if we put our money together, we have a chance. These folks, they're buying up farmland and undeveloped land too. They're driving up land prices, displacing small farmers. They're consolidating control over food production. Have you noticed that there are fewer small businesses to buy from? They're buying those up too. They're buying up the mobile home parks, the nursing homes, local clinics, utilities. Then they raise the price. And after that, they cut services and they leave you with only one choice, and that's to pay them. And let's not forget education. The students sued to remove affirmative action from admissions when the actual problem was wealthy families donating large sums to secure admission for their children. Now they're diverting tax dollars and resources from public education so they can fund their private education. You know they buy your water too. Billionaires and corporations buy water rights in drought-prone regions. Then they profit by selling water back to the communities at inflated prices. The wealthy use capital to control resources. They generate profits, then they reinvest so they can have even more control. This is a system that locks you and I out. If you think that you're going to use your rugged individualism and pull yourself up by your bootstraps, I have a simple question for you. Why aren't you a billionaire already? It's so simple to do, right? Why haven't you put your nose to the grindstone, gone balls to the wall? Put the pedal to the metal. All gas, no brakes. Whatever idiom you want to use. Why haven't you done it? Right now in the US, what is happening is what the US has done to other places all over the world. They want full control over your access to the basic things like housing, healthcare, education, fair markets. You have to take part in breaking this cycle because the people you elected won't be able to save you. There are two things that we really need to do. We have to replace our government with people who haven't been bought, and we have to make the billionaires' money disappear. Here's how I think we can do both. There are people getting laid off all over the country. We need to prepare some of these folks to run for office. They have to run without corporate donors. The problem is that it'll be impossible to get their voice out without a lot of money. We have to supplement small dollar donations with amplifying their voices. You see, corporate donors put millions of dollars into content creators and into ads. The creators, they get millions of followers. And with all these followers, it pushes their content through the algorithms incredibly fast. And if you want our current government replaced, you have to help alternatives get their voices heard. You have to support them and the content creators who share their messages. You have to like and share their content. You have to subscribe to their pages. Understand, by doing this, you're helping to generate more money that they can use to get into office. You're also helping make them visible without buying ads. Frankly, it's free for you to hit follow. It's free for you to share a video or to share a post. You can help somebody do something better for this country. By amplifying their bullhorn, you'll help shift this system that we're in. In my video called Working at Tesla Taught Me How to Resist, some people got the impression that I was saying that you have to work the resistance like it's a second job. No, the point was that you have to get off your butt and stop waiting for change to happen and be a part of it. There are small things that you can do to make it happen. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to work your job, then work full-time at a grassroots organization. But you do have to do something. You have to be a part of the change you want to see. Things like subscribing to people to help amplify their voices. Things like sharing their messages to spread awareness. Because sitting around waiting for someone to take care of the problem is just letting the problem get worse. We've got to take action. If you're an American living abroad like me, this is what you can do to help. You don't have to watch what's happening and feel impotent because you feel like you can't have an impact. You can help by amplifying these messages virtually. You can call your representative daily. You can also use your economic power wisely. Think about it. This channel was about me living my best life as an American abroad. I put skin in the game, and so should you. This is where our collective powers come in. I'm going to share little things that you can do in your everyday life that'll make the money of billionaires disappear. This doesn't apply to the US only. This is a worldwide problem. If the folks in the UK don't think that they're next, the delusion is grand. Real power is in the choices of ordinary people. You hold immense power to create change through your daily actions. If you continue to be complacent, you'll block a better future for yourself. My video called US Convenience Culture, Spinning Where We Can't Earn, it talks about this. If you can't do something about the problem, then don't complain about it. Criticizing a system while participating passively in its harm is complicity. Action, even in small doses, builds momentum. Change doesn't require permission, it requires your action. Each small step weakens the status quo and rebuilds systems. By rethinking how we spend, how we work, how we engage, we become the architects of a better world. We need to stop waiting and just start doing. So here are a few things that we, the average person, can do to disrupt the system. Not everything is going to suit you, so I just want you to refrain from thinking, I can't do that. Rather, I want you to look at what you can do, or you can get ready to live in Elon's company town. You can make an impact. Just like the tariffs harmed the wealth of the billionaires yesterday, you have a weapon that you can use as influence. Shop local, pay cash, cancel subscription, do one in, one out. If you buy something, something else has to go. Join buy nothing groups. Buy used. Buy handmade. If you lost your job, run for office. Donate if you have extra income. We have to weaken these extractive systems while strengthening the alternatives, local economies, sustainability, community solidarity. Each choice is a vote for the world you want to see. Move your money into a credit union or an ethical bank. Cancel credit cards tied to exploitative lenders. Invest in community solar projects or green bonds. Donate to mutual aid funds instead of corporate charities. Boycott fast fashion. Buy secondhand or from sustainable brands. Avoid Amazon. Support local bookstores and businesses. Grow your own food or join a community garden. Cook at home instead of ordering from gig economy apps. Buy from worker-owned cooperatives. Stop purchasing the newest electronics. Repair the devices that you already have. Ditch disposable products, paper towels, razors. Use public transportation, bike, or carpool to reduce your dependency on oil. Organize a Buy Nothing group to share resources. Teach free skill sharing workshops, repair, coding, whatever. Start a tool library or a seed exchange. Join or form a tenant union to combat exploitative landlords. Volunteer with grassroots nonprofits. Host free community meals to reduce food waste. Create a neighborhood compost system. Refuse unpaid overtime. Support strikes by boycotting scab-made products. Mentor others in salary negotiation tactics. Install solar panels and get off this aging grid. Collect rainwater for gardening. Write op-eds or create social media threads to expose corporate harms. Run for hyper-local office, things like school boards and zoning committees. Organize letter writing campaigns to hold corporations accountable. Flood social media platforms that profit from division with the truth. Use ad blockers and open source software to resist surveillance capitalism. Create protest art or music to amplify causes. Publish media to bypass corporate narratives. Reject consumerist culture. Learn to mend clothes instead of discarding them. Teach others how to mend clothes. Cancel subscriptions to exploitative news outlets. Share this list. The thing is, there's so much that we can do to affect change. We just have to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and do it. If it's uncomfortable now, imagine how uncomfortable future you will be in the future that we're headed for. Here's what I want you to do after watching this video. Subscribe to creators who are helping to get us out of this mess. Share one of their videos with 2 people to amplify their voices, and then pick 2 things from this list and apply them to your life today. Watch this video, this one right here. And then last thing, help me get this video to reach my representative, Maxwell Frost. Okay, bye.